What's going on, y'all? I got two major trades to break down for you guys. As hopefully you already know, but the Milwaukee Bucks are making a lot of moves, and they're significant moves. I'm going to be talking about the Jrue Holiday deal and also the Bogdan Bogdanovic deal for the Milwaukee Bucks. But before I get into that, though, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm going to talk about the Jrue Holiday deal first because that is what happened first. For context, I'm recording this about 12:30 a.m. my time, so if I don't know everything and all the details when you guys watch this video, it's because I'm recording this when the information just first got released. So if I'm missing any part of it, then that's the reason why. But I do want to talk about this deal for both the Bucks and the Pelicans. So if you don't already know, the Milwaukee Bucks and Pelicans have agreed to a deal which sends Jrue Holiday to the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Pelicans get back in return Eric Bledsoe, George Hill, and 3 first-round picks from the Bucks, plus 2 draft pick swaps. So, first we'll talk about this for the Pelicans side, because to me, this is pretty simple if you're the Pelicans. If you're the Pelicans, you're thinking like, okay, if Giannis doesn't re-sign, then you know that these picks are going to be pretty decent. And I'll get into the reason why these picks are going to be really, really good, because they're not like upcoming picks. They're far down in the future picks. But either way, if you're the Pelicans, you're thinking, okay, I have a bunch of assets already. I have a bunch of draft picks already. I can take a risk here. And the fact that you even got 3 picks for Jrue Holiday plus 2 pick swaps is incredible. That's a ton that you got back for Jrue Holiday. And not only did you just get these picks already, you can still trade Bledsoe and George Hill and get more for Jrue Holiday. But Pelicans have automatically, no matter what, they've won this deal. And just because I say the Pelicans won this deal doesn't mean that the Bucks can't win this deal. The Pelicans, in my opinion, though, they've won this deal already, just in their, just for themselves. Because either way, it's a first-round pick, and you're going to own the Bucks draft from basically 2022 and beyond. Because if we get into what Bobby Marks has talked about, the Bucks can't trade a first-round pick until this pick, that their own pick that was sent to Cleveland, which has some protections on it, it conveys to Cleveland, which is 2022, basically. So I expect what Bobby Marks is saying right here, that the Milwaukee's going to probably change some of the protections with Cleveland on that pick so it conveys earlier. So that opens up more room for Milwaukee to decide which picks to give and swap. But basically, though, these picks for the Pelicans don't happen until Cleveland gets their pick from the Bucks, which we don't know when that is. But it's probably going to be around 2022, 2023. But once that happens, the Pelicans own the Bucks draft from 2022 or 2023 and beyond. They own the draft for the Milwaukee Bucks. So, either way, if Giannis leaves or stays, to me, this is a win for the Pelicans. You got a lot back for Jrue Holiday. Now, on the Bucks side, I have a different opinion of what everyone's saying, because a lot of people are saying that this is only a win for the Bucks if Giannis resigns. And, you can argue that that's it. But in my opinion, this is specifically just a move to win this upcoming season. Like, forget about the Giannis, extending. We already know Giannis is going to be playing for the Milwaukee Bucks this season. So control what you can control. And I think no matter what happens, that if the Bucks win the championship this season, and Giannis stays early, it doesn't matter what he does. But if they win the championship this season, it doesn't matter what you gave up for Jrue Holiday. You got the championship. And if Giannis decides to leave, then so be it. Giannis leaves. But the fact that you got the championship matters the most, because it doesn't matter at the end of the day what you gave up for the championship. You got the championship. So this is a high risk, high reward thing for the Bucks, and I think really we're gonna find if they won this trade for themselves at the end of this upcoming season, and that's if they won the championship or they didn't. So major high risk, high reward thing here for the Bucks, but I think this is a really good move because Jrue Holiday is. A lot of people are comparing Jrue Holiday and Eric Bledsoe right now, but Jrue Holiday is a better guard than Eric Bledsoe. He's a better defender than Eric Bledsoe, in my opinion. He's a better shooter than Eric Bledsoe, and I think he's better in the pick and roll than Eric Bledsoe. I also think he's just taller. So I think this is a perfect guard to have alongside Giannis, who needs a guy that can shoot the ball better, create his own shot better, space the floor better, and help get others involved just as much as well, which Jrue Holiday has all that. Is he an all-star? Not the past couple seasons, but he might be an all-star this upcoming season playing for the Milwaukee Bucks. So either way, I think this is a really big deal for the Bucks, and I think it's, it could really benefit them. But in the end, it shows that they're committed to Giannis, at least for this upcoming season. They're saying, like, look, this is it. We have made the moves for you. Now it's up to you to go out and get us that championship. If you leave, then so be it. But we did everything possible to keep you around. So that's the Jrue Holiday and Milwaukee Bucks deal. And the other deal I want to talk about, which was already starting to be talked about after the Jrue Holiday deal hit, and which is kind of the reason why I didn't start recording immediately. I had a feeling, because the Milwaukee Bucks gave up all these picks, right? They gave up 3 future first-round picks, which we don't know what those are yet, and 2 pick swaps. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, there has to be something else along the lines here, because you don't just trade all of that for just Jrue Holiday. There must be something else in the works. And Kevin O'Connor, immediately after the Jrue Holiday deal was talked about, released this information saying that the Bucks are looking to get Bogdan Bogdanovic and assign a trade with the Kings. And now, if you're the Kings, you're in a situation right now that Bogdanovic is about to be a restricted free agent. He's probably going to ask for around $18 million. Do you match any offer that he gets? Do you give him that type of offer, or you just, hopefully, do you just let him go, or do you try to get something back in return for him? And, soon Woj drops this bomb that the Bucks are now trading Donte DiVincenzo, Ersan Ilyasova, and DJ Wilson to the Kings, which is roughly about $18.3 million, which is enough to get Bogdan Bogdanovic. So now the Sacramento Kings will be sending Bogdan Bogdanovic in return for DiVincenzo, Ilyasova, and Wilson. So now the Milwaukee Bucks starting lineup is Jrue Holiday at the 1, Bogdan Bogdanovic at the 2, Chris Middleton at the 3, Giannis at the 4, Brook Lopez at the 5, and the only other player right now on the roster is Thanasis Antetokounmpo. But we'll get into what they have to do later. But here's the thing. That starting lineup is a great starting lineup, and I would argue is one of the best starting lineups in the NBA right now. If the players stay as how they're advertised, and Jrue Holiday, is still Jrue Holiday, like, that is a fantastic starting lineup, and that gives Giannis a whole lot more spacing than he had this past season. So Bogdan Bogdanovic, if you don't know, because a lot of people don't watch the Kings, like, he averages around 15 points per game in only about 29 minutes, shoots about 37%, I think, from three-point range. So he's a really good shooter. He's a really clutch shooter. And if he had more playing time and a better, system to play in, I think he'd be averaging more points. Is he going to average more points in Milwaukee? Probably not, because you're playing alongside Giannis, Middleton, and now Holiday. But he is going to be a critical player for this Milwaukee Bucks team, as he's a pretty okay defender, a really good shooter, perfect fit alongside Giannis Antetokounmpo and Jrue Holiday. So this deal, I look at the Holiday deal and the Bogdanovic deal as like one big package. And to me, now it justifies the Milwaukee Bucks' decision to give up all those picks even more. Because instead of just giving up all those picks for Jrue Holiday, you're giving up all those picks for Jrue Holiday plus Bogdanovic. For the Kings, I'll talk about this really quickly. I think Donte DiVincenzo is a really good player. I don't think he's going to be an all-star, but he can definitely be a guy that can play alongside De'Aaron Fox at the 2, can kind of run some 1, but the Kings are also, right now, they're trying to move Buddy Hield, so you got basically your shooting guard for the future. So it's pretty good for the Kings. Ersan Ilyasova's contract, by the way, is non-guaranteed. They'll probably either get rid of him by cutting him or trading him immediately. But main thing here is for the Milwaukee Bucks that they got Bogdan Bogdanovic to now start at the 2 guard in their starting lineup, and that is insane. Like, that is an incredible starting lineup right now for the Milwaukee Bucks, and they're showing Giannis, hey, we believe in you. This is your team. Lead us to the championship now. It's all in your hands. And again, I'm going to keep reiterating this. Like, at the very least, if you're the Milwaukee Bucks, that Giannis is playing this season on the Milwaukee Bucks, this upcoming season. He is going to be on the Milwaukee Bucks and playing and trying to win every single game. So take advantage of that, which they've done, and they went out and got guys that complement him really, really well and have built one of the best starting lineups in the NBA and have shown Giannis, look, we're legit right now. Go win us that championship. And if he leaves after that, then so be it. If you won the championship, then all this doesn't matter of what you gave up. You made the right deals to win the championship, and you won the trade. That's what I think is that's going to be like the goal for the Milwaukee Bucks with these deals. Is they have to win the championship this season. It's not about what happens after this upcoming season. It's about this season. And if they win the championship, it doesn't matter what they gave up. They did it. And if Giannis leaves, then so be it. But either way, it does factor, in my opinion, to the Giannis contract. And, you know, this shows, at the very least for Giannis, that the Bucks are going to make the decisions around him. Like, Giannis is the franchise, and we're going to get players that we know can help win games. I think Giannis was kind of questioning once they didn't really do much this past offseason, but, you know, John Horst shows that, look, we're legit. They made the moves, so Giannis should now understand, like, oh, the front office wants to win, and this is a prime example of it. And I do think that if that's going to factor in, you know, if he's going to sign a super extension or not. But speaking of money, here's the thing right now if you're the Milwaukee Bucks. So, Milwaukee Bucks, they were in the luxury tax this past season. They were in the luxury tax the previous season. So they don't have a lot of money to work with right now. And as I said earlier, the only players that they have on their roster is the starting lineup that I said, plus Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Everyone else is gone. Wesley Matthews optioned out, so he's gone. Robin Lopez also optioned out, which is actually good for the Bucks, and he's also gone. And George Hill, Eric Bledsoe, they got traded. So it's a matter of who you're going to bring back. And I don't think Kyle Korver's going to be back, but we'll see. But I think you could potentially bring Pat Connaughton in. I don't know how you would do such a thing. He might accept the minimum. But Sterling Brown might accept the minimum. But it's going to be a bunch of minimum deals here. Bobby Marks has already tweeted that after the sign and trade with Bogdanovic happens, the Milwaukee Bucks are hard capped. So that means they can make no trades, basically, and they can only sign minimum guys. I'm not sure at the moment of what if they have that mid-level exception. If they do have a mid-level exception, it's because Wesley Matthews optioned out, and it's only going to be $5.3 million because they were in the luxury tax this past season. So they could potentially sign a veteran. I don't know who's going to be willing to take such a pay cut. Maybe like a Joe Harris might, but I expect him to get paid more than that. Maybe a Jordan Clarkson might be willing to take a major pay cut to win a championship, but they don't have a lot of money right now or any assets to make any more moves. So this is the team for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's going to be the starting lineup of Holiday, Bogdanovic, Middleton, Giannis, Lopez. I expect, maybe at least one of these guys here to come back. Probably Pat Connaughton. Who knows, though. And then it's going to be a bunch of minimum guys and whoever they sign with the mid-level exception if they still have that. So it's not a lot to work with, but I think, as we saw already, that they're committed. So they're going to get the best guys that they can to make sure that the Bucks win the championship this upcoming season and win the 2021 NBA Finals. So major trade here. We're already, less than 20 or about 24 hours in to the NBA off season of now trades are actually allowed to happen, and already some major trades have already happened for some contending teams, and I'm really excited to see what the Bucks do with their very little stuff that they have left and how they can make this team even better for Giannis moving forward. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a comment down below if you like these deals from Milwaukee Bucks or if you don't. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also follow me on Twitter at Duncan_White14 to see my instant analysis on any major trades that happen. But I expect to do more videos like these in the future because I expect a lot more trades to happen. So I'll see you guys in the next one.